back again with another review for HBO's Insecure starring Miss Issa Rae. And I'm the host, the master of ceremonies, the delectable, the delightful, the delicious, but we're not going to get into that. JustLatasha, the ghetto dork, the hood spirit, and all things ratchet and broken bougie. That's me, okay? That's me. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't done so by now, by the little prompt that I love to put at the beginning of my videos, please subscribe, turn on your notifications so you guys are updated when I update you with new content. This is an economy, a give and a take, you know what I mean? So let's just get right into it. Y'all know how much I love this show. Y'all know how much I love this show. And this is episode 4, Hella LA, and really Issa, the writers, the producers, everybody's just setting an LA vibe, which is good for me because I don't know LA. I feel like I actually learned stuff by watching this episode. So the entire day takes place at this day party, and it's called the Kiss and Grind. And shout out to Sid from the internet. She was playing the DJ, no lines, just show up, show face. So what I like to do in these reviews is break it down by character and not so much like chronologically according to the story. So this week I'm going to start with Lawrence, and then I'm going to get into Molly, and then we're going to end on Issa. So in this episode, Lawrence is supposed to be hanging out with Chad. They're doing this bros thing. They're going to go out. Shout out to Chad. Hold up. Shout out to Chad. He always has amazing suits. He always looks incredible, tailored, colors popping, and he's just a jerk. So as Lawrence is trying to meet his best friend Chad to go out, is LA traffic, which I'm aware of. Everyone who's been to LA or spoke about it, it's famous for its traffic. So he sees cars in front of him trying to make a U-turn, so he follows suit, makes a U-turn, but he gets pulled over by cops. So at this moment I kind of had like a mixture of feeling, because I turned to Insecure to get this good black feeling, fun, chill, laid back. I don't feel like I want to deal with cops right now. And so when it was happening, I was like, okay, obviously police brutality and racism is a huge conversation that's happening in the black community. Do we have to do this? And if they don't, if the makers of Insecure don't honor racism and police brutality and how black people deal with that, would that be irresponsible? The inaction, the non-voice, the ignoring of a major conversation. And so I think they handled it perfectly. It was very well done in the tone and the voice and the style of Insecure. Not too heavy, leaves off on an upbeat note. And so it was nice to nod to our real issues while staying and keeping us sort of in a fantasy that we can leave on an uplifting note. Lawrence gets pulled over by 2 white cops. The lead cop is super aggressive. Lawrence is super nervous, and you actually see him turn from hip-hop, gangster music to what we ride to classical music. Okay, he becomes real respectable black real quick. Because this is not like, let me just appease this white cop. This is literally survival. How do we know? Because the backup cop is telling Lawrence, keep your hands where I can see them. And he has his hand on his gun. So Lawrence, as a black man in America, you do anything to make these trigger-happy, racist, aggressive cops uneasy, and that's the end of your life, and they're justified because they were spooked a little. Lawrence gets off scot-free with just a warning because the cop relates to the town that Lawrence's license plate is from. And this is where we have a double layer of conversation, which the writers of Insecure are genius at, to where it means 2 things. So the cop is telling Lawrence, like, oh my gosh, like, my team has been winning, like, we're beating y'all. And Lawrence goes, yeah, y'all beat us. Cops beating on black people and not even realizing. And you can see the tonal shift, the energy switch between the cop being like, I have the power, you're black, I'm white, I got the gun, I'm on the right side of the law, I get to do whatever I want, and he's aggressive towards Lawrence, targeting him because, as we saw, all the cars went by and Lawrence followed suit. But why was Lawrence chosen to get pulled over? This is targeting. So we get all that aggression, and then when the cops see something that he personally relates to, all of that energy is out the window. Now we want to be nice, now we want to be accommodating, now we want to treat this black person like a human being. And Lawrence luckily gets out of there. And was y'all nervous too when Lawrence put his hand in his back pocket to get his license? Lawrence is, while he was pulled over by the cops, he drops his bank card somewhere under the seat, so he doesn't have his bank card when he goes to the grocery store to pick up some alcohol for the party to Chad later. So he's at the cashier, can't pay, and two white girls behind him are like, don't worry, we got you. White girls out here tricking? Like, these girls want to get down. These girls want to party. These girls want to sleep with Lawrence. So here's the face of a goofy motherfucker. That motherfucker who think he's gonna get some pussy. That motherfucker who's pretending to be a good guy. That motherfucker who's pretending to be a good guy who just, I don't know, helplessly just got caught up in the sexuality of women who just want me. And I don't even know how I got here. Fucking victimization, Lawrence. Fuck you, Lawrence. Fuck you, Lawrence. And so here's the thing. I knew they were a little racist because the way they ogle him and look at him and they're like, he looks like Craig. We ain't even got to know who Craig is. The fact that you see a black guy and he look like the other black guy that you know, we don't all look alike. Don't do that. I love how black this show is. I love how relatable and how real this show is. Everything is like actually everything is like actually happening. So Lawrence at this girl's house, he's about to text Chad like, listen, I'm not coming through. I got these two girls that want me like right now. It's about to go down. So Chad, of course, he a nigga. Yeah, get him. But he sends back a GIF. I haven't seen a GIF in a TV show. I haven't seen GIF usage in a TV show. I need to say that. And Chad sends back a GIF of Martin dancing from the Martin show as dressed up as Romy Rome. Like, yeah, Lawrence, go get it. Like, I thought that was like super cool. That would never work for women. If I text my girl and we're going to go out, and this has been since the daytime we planned on going out, and you blow me off for some stranger dick? Some dick you don't even know? Some random dick? I ain't sending you no Romy Rome gift. I'm sending you a FU, an explosion, a bomb. You're not doing that to me. That would never fly for women. I just got to lay that out there. That would never fly for women. So these white girls, these racist white girls, they're having a threesome with Lawrence. Everything's popping. That three-way kiss was hot, okay? That three-way kiss was really hot. That was nice. But they just dive into their full-on racism with the whole black body porn, the black bull, the interracial, the whole innocent white girl with this big black man, and it's gonna piss my dad off. That whole thing. And she's saying, put your big black bleed into my white bleed. And wow. And Lawrence is such an idiot. He's so caught up in all this vagina that he's getting, he don't realize he's being used as a sex slave, as a little sex pawn. Is this what the black man go after the white girls for? Y'all like hearing that? It's a turn on? Is it a turn on? There will be never a day if I sleep with the white man and he goes, open your black thighs to my white. No. I have to go. Like, I have to get out of there. And he is such a black bull to these girls that they get angry when he finishes. No, you're not here to satisfy yourself. You are here to satisfy us. I don't care about your name. I don't care where you're from. If you can't perform the way we want, you're useless. And they hop up off of him when he didn't give the other girl a little bit of D. And they talk about the other black guys that they sleep with and their plans and they're doing coke. He doesn't even exist. They have no regards for him as a person, as a human with feelings, as someone who gave them a favor of laying down some D. They have no regard. You were just here because you're a black dude and we wanted your body and we consumed it and you may go. And now Lawrence is looking at, he went from the goofy face to the lonely as fuck face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. And so it's a reveal when Lawrence speaks to Chad and kind of lies up how great his night was, but he's feeling like shit, he's feeling lonely, and it turns out the reveal, he's sitting in front of the dunes, him and Issa's old apartment together, and he's reminiscing about that old thing. Is it worth being out here? Is it worth just sleeping around and having these empty encounters, or do I want something that meant something to me for so long? Moving right along, I loved seeing Natasha Rothwell this much in the episode. Put her in the show and let her go off. Just let her go. She is so funny. Natasha plays their friend Kelly. She is so funny. Every time she opens her mouth, every face she makes, every time she moves, It is so funny. So, moving on to Molly, my favorite character, as you all know, had you been keeping up with my reviews. She meets her old friend Dro, and they are vibing so hard. Like, too hard. They're vibing too hard. Now, I gotta be honest. I didn't see this little twist or turn in their relationship coming up. That sideswiped me a little bit, but I'm glad we got here. Dro. I really like his fucking face. I like his face so much. That he's so off, like his features don't match, and his features are so off that it's hot. He's hot. Like, you know what I mean? I like his teeth, a little bridge happening in his mouth. And we learn that Dro, when he tries to make a move on Molly, and Molly's like, hold up, what you doing? He's in an open marriage. Now, I'm actually just going to go ahead and blame this on the song of choice played by Sid from the internet. Because at this moment, she puts on juvenile slow motion, and that enhances the sexy. Now, when you've been drinking, and the lights are blue, and it's dark, and everybody's moving a little hazy, and you slow it down like that, your body can't not slow wind to slow motion. First of all, it'd be criminal. You'd be disrespecting it. That's like when Colin Kaepernick took a knee at the pledge. Okay, it's disrespectful. I don't feel that way, but the racist white people do. So when you get a black national anthem like slow motion, such as Juvenile, you stand your ass up and grind. So when that heat starts moving and he moves in, he lets Molly know that he's in an open marriage and they can sleep with whoever they want if they choose. Now, this isn't a new concept for me. This is actually a pretty normal concept. I know several couples who are in open relationships. I have not been in one. I don't know if I would personally be into it. I don't know. I'm pretty territorial over someone who claims to be my partner. But this is not a new concept, but it takes Molly completely back. All of that being said, this very delicate moment where Dro goes from friend to fuck, personally, that's a very unsafe space for me. I don't like it. I don't like when I can feel comfortable and free and let my hair down and just be myself, and me and this man are like vibing, or we're friends and everything's chill, and then he want to switch it up and make it romantic or sexual. Like, what are we doing? What is that? What is that? What are you doing? Now it's weird, and now I have to think about you in a different way, or I have to defend myself from your advances. And are we even friends? Were you looking at me like that the whole time? And I feel like a snake. Like, I don't like that, and I feel, no, stop. But Molly was fronting like she didn't know, because she was hitting that low back bend. She was getting real low, that low back bend, to let Dro know what time it is. Grind up on your girl, show them how you ride it. Molly had to like really reconsider. She runs back to her friends. Is this progressive as fuck, or is this messy as fuck? Where is that? But all in all, this is not the right situation for Molly at all. She's been very clear from the get-go that she wants someone who means something, and someone who's a partner, and someone who will give to her as a whole and full person. So to be someone's sexual side, like, for what? Why? For what? For why? Molly and him have a history, a long time friendship. This is someone that she grew up with, and someone that she genuinely knows. If and when they start sleeping together, Molly for sure is going to catch feelings. And she's going to be in turmoil. And she's friends with his wife. So what do y'all do? What? Usually in an open relationship, you sleep with someone who's disconnected emotionally. Like, we don't really know you. You're just here for the sex. I'm going to go home to my wife and family. I'm glad she dipped. I'm glad she chose no. Because if she went forward with it, that would have been messy as fuck. Not progressive as fuck. Also, there's this thing that women do that sucks. Which is, we don't want a man until we see another woman chose him. Molly has this extensive list that no man can live up to. She has standards that no man can match. This imaginary list of things that this person is just supposed to approach her and be. And it's unrealistic. And she was questioning to Issa, like, listen, Dro was like this sloppy guy, no plan, no future, living off the brim, he's immature, he's all this, and he's married. Like, I don't even get it. And like, she sees that he has a wife. And so now, it's this little moment that goes off, and it's just like, did I miss something? Was I sleeping? Was he valuable this whole time? So at the end of the night, when he's closing the tab and she goes over to say bye, and he's like, what you doing later? And he just leans in and he's so intense. Don't let a man be at the bar when I'm a little drunk and he's talking about what you doing late. Don't, and I'm like feeling you, or I know you, or this thing is real cute right here. I would have dived in. Whoa. All right, now we're going to end on Issa, who is projecting so hard. Projecting. From the time the party starts, the kiss and grind starts all throughout the day. She's with her friends, and all she's saying is, "Oh, I might fuck the bouncer. What up to the boy with the baseball cap? Oh, I just want to fuck. Oh, I'm going to meet Felix. He here from the internet. Oh, 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 oh." And really, when her friends ain't around, she's not talking to anybody. She didn't talk to anybody. She only met up with Felix, which went south. She saw Daniel up in the club, so she wanted to go say her sorries or amends or do whatever. And then that was it. She didn't talk to any other guy. So, fronting hard. So even when Molly comes back and is telling the girls, listen, Joe was in an open relationship. How do I handle this? What even is this? I don't even know what to do. Issa projects her own problems into advice for Molly and starts talking about herself. Issa's selfish, y'all. Issa is messy and selfish and a liar. And Molly wouldn't do that to Issa. See, Molly is a real ass friend to Issa. Always and always. There's nothing else. As soon as Issa even opens her mouth, Daniel's here. Molly's like, we leaving? Are we talking? How much should I drink so when and if that situation pops up, I can be there the way you need? Like, what do you need me to do? That's the kind of girl that Molly is, and I ride for that. But as soon as Molly needs a little bit of advice, you don't need to do nothing. You don't need to change nothing. I just want to hear something. Issa talks about herself and then lies as if she isn't. Not a good girlfriend, possibly not a good friend. So we do get to meet this Felix that Issa is waiting for, and it's played by model Broderick Hunter. Wow, I got chills. Broderick Hunter is so fine. He's so fine. He's a little skinny, but I don't care. And I love that he plays this awkward nerd who also doesn't know how to hug, who doesn't know what to say, wears these like little dorky glasses, but he's judgmental. I hated him. Broderick, great acting, because I literally hated you by the time you walked off the scene. You did a great job. Who do you think, is this what happens in LA? That someone who's a lame or is awkward or is as ain't shit as you, passing off judgment, you ain't like her hair or her voice? Do they say that? That's rude. I would have flamed that boy's ass. Boy! Issa plays awkward so good. She plays awkward so good. She finally speaks to Daniel. She's just gonna face it, clear up the nonsense, and just talk it out. And she is so awkward, and Daniel is so cool and calm, and her awkwardness doesn't make him awkward, and he's just watching her be uncomfortable, like what is it? Like, what do you need to say? What happened? And he's so cool. There's no bitterness, there's no viciousness, there's no I'm gonna get at you, there's no I owe you one. And I don't know any men like that. See, men's egos are something else, especially when they get their ego and the masculinity or the feelings or the logic hurt by a woman. When it gets a little tip-tapped by a woman, they hold on to something. They got to get you back. They got I'm going to step it up, or I'm going to play you, or you won't get to. And they get so into their feelings. Daniel is so cool. He's like, listen, you had your moment. You tripped up a little bit. You was doing a lot. I'm cool. I'm chill. And he meant it. I also here didn't understand Issa's motive with Daniel, because she did let him know, I am living single. She was giving real 90s sitcoms like shout outs in this episode. She drops the bomb that she's single to Daniel, and I was wondering, like, why? Like, When you were in a relationship, you questioned why you and Daniel were never in a relationship, and now when you're out of a relationship, you're telling him you're single, but is this just for sex, as you say, or do you want something? Why are you trying to be chose by Daniel again? Why are you trying to make that a thing? So they're at the dining table. Daniel is across the aisle eating. His food is untouched, because I know he ain't messing up them abs just to film this. And Kelly, played by Natasha Rothwell, is getting fingered under the table. She's clapping, she's talking in the middle of her sentence. So what if you was on TV and everything's just real quiet. I knew what it was from jump. He is playing with that punang tang under the table, and they playing inconspicuous so bad that it's so funny. They got them skeevy eyes, as if nobody can see y'all ass. And so that gives Issa an exit, an excuse to leave and go hang out with Daniel. And we get that very last shot of Issa and Daniel smiling real happy next to each other. So we ponder, what's this? Where's that going? What is that? What is that? What does he want? He didn't want a relationship this whole time, and now he's like, why is he entertaining Issa? I don't get it. Like, is she the one that got away? Is he really reconsidering? Does he really want, like, what? Okay, so Dro is so funny looking that he's beautiful and cute and hot. Daniel is so handsome that he a little ugly. Hear me out. Hear me out. His face does this thing. It's like real big at the mouth, and then it shifts up, and it's a lot of face down here, and it's a little face right here. And he's so beautiful and handsome that I'm like, what's wrong with that face? What is that? And these niggas' heads. Natasha is dating this dude, whomever, and he got this head. Him and Eddie got this shaped head. That's weird. Where do y'all find these craniums? I don't get it. But I'll be right here reviewing the entire season of Insecure, and you guys can subscribe to this channel and put on your notifications to let you know when I upload new videos. And of course, comment. What did you guys think about episode 4, Hella LA? If you're in LA, let me know if this looks realistic or what else we can learn about LA. I don't know. Talk to me. I'm by myself. I'll see you guys next time with a new video. Bye.